G'day friends, welcome to day 20 of Inktober 2018. The prompt for today is, I'm taking out my Parisian poodles for haircuts, high tea, and Japanese noodles. Lots going on there, lots to unpack. This has probably turned out to be one of, I'm not going to say my favorite, but one of the most effective pieces I think I've managed to come up with through Inktober. So there's a lot that I really love that's going on here. I love Daisy from, like, I guess the table up, and I love the poodles. I think the thing that really kind of stumped me a little bit was the table setting, and I get a little confused when I'm drawing scenic elements, I guess you could say, like the mise en scène of the page. Pardon me, this is a, you know how I get with my fake French, especially with this prompt, seeing that these are Parisian poodles. But I guess trying to draw whatever was supposed to go on the table and underneath the table, it was really hard to find a good balance between keeping it very visible, considering that there's a lot of grey tones going on. If this were a coloured piece, I think maybe adding colour and contrasting colours for stuff that was on the table and then Daisy sitting behind it would have made a really more, like, an obvious difference between the depth of whatever, you know, her high tea that she's got on the table and her sitting behind it. But it does seem to escape me when I'm doing black and white and kind of grayscale works. It's just something that I'm super struggling with. I've been struggling with it the whole time. I don't think it's the end of the world. Like, I think I could definitely continue to learn and grow through that, and it's been one of the challenges that I think I've faced the most this Inktober, coming up to the 3-week anniversary of starting it. But either way, I do love how this turned out. I kind of had envisioned at the start I was going to have, you know, the kind of the tiered, like the tray with the little cucumber sandwiches and little cute little tea set and a teapot. But it was quite a small table, and all I ended up with was a piece of cake. So we're just going to have to pretend that that's high tea for today. And Jay-Z sitting underneath the table, well, sitting against the table, was just kind of difficult to figure out. The thing that I do like the most about this are the stripes that I end up putting on the poodles later on in the piece, and the ramen bowl on top of Daisy's hat. You know, whenever I get too, like, confused about where to add something to, I feel like I just always add a hat and put it on top of that. Whenever my pieces escape me, it becomes a bit of a say something hat day, clock the reference, but I really like it. And having her wear these obnoxious, you know, instead of glasses, there were sunglasses today. I just thought it gave me very Breakfast at Tiffany vibes, and it's just, I don't know, it's just so funny. That's kind of a mature reference for Daisy to be pulling, but we know that Daisy's kind of crazy, so it wouldn't put it past her to enjoy a bit of Breakfast at Tiffany's on the weekend. But my favorite, I guess my favorite thing from the whole piece that's about to come up here is I drew the ramen in the shape of the Eiffel Tower, so they kind of the noodles come out of the bowl and kind of form themselves as the Eiffel Tower. I don't know if that reads as well as I thought it would. I'm hoping that it does, but in any case, that is one of my favorite parts of the whole thing. So I'm going to leave you with that. I have to be honest, I am just not on my game today. I woke up with a splitting headache, and I mean, I woke up at 8 o'clock, which was pretty good for me. I have been starting to get up earlier in the morning just because the sunlight seems to fade away quite quickly as we're moving into winter, and I do like to film with a lot of natural light, so just kind of adjusting my schedule a little bit. But at about 1 o'clock, I filmed 2 videos, so I felt very good about that, felt very accomplished. I'm literally only 2 pieces away from finishing all of the Inktober videos for October, so I know it's only the 20th, but like I'm literally set to finish Inktober tomorrow, which will then open me up for a bit more whimsy-ween time. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you to everyone that voted on the polls on the Insta stories. I have seen the results, and I am not excited to do it. No, I am. Obviously I am. It was kind of, I guess if I had to choose what I thought everyone would choose, it probably would have been what ended up happening, but I'm going to keep it for a surprise and let you see what you all ended up voting on. There were some really close calls, like there were like 1 or 2 votes between some of them, especially the washi and the ephemera, the either or of that, and the watercolor and gouache. Those were like super close, or were they? Maybe it was the other one. What was the other one? Oh, pencils and pens. I think it was pencils and pens and the washi and ephemera were only like a few votes between them. So very interesting to see what people wanted to come up with, but I'll just save that for Monday. I think Monday is the day I'm supposed to have that up by, but I have not filmed that yet, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. If I'm trying to finish Inktober tomorrow, then perhaps I might not get around to Whimsyween. I don't know, I'm not going to stress myself out about it. Like I said, woke up with a splitting headache. I feel like I've still got the remnants of it with me right now, and truth be told, at 1 o'clock I sat down to have some lunch, and I thought, I'm just going to rest my head on the couch for a second and put some YouTube on, and literally thought, I'm not going to set an alarm, it'll be fine, I just need a 20-minute power nap. I don't know if anyone's known this before, but like apparently 20 minutes is all you really need to recuperate and re-energize. I feel like I learned that a long time ago, and I'm not sure about the scientific validity of that statement. But I have noticed that for me personally, 20 minutes is a great recharge. You know, my Apple battery just gets back to full at that point, so I just kind of sleep for 20 minutes, and I usually would put an alarm on if I need to do that. I thought today, no, it's fine, I just need to rest for a second, and popped on the couch at 1 o'clock, woke up at 7 p.m. So that's my truth. It was bad. Like when I woke up, I was completely disoriented. I didn't know where I was, what I was doing. I'm currently filming this voiceover at like 10 o'clock at night, which is just something that I don't enjoy doing. I feel like at this point my energy is just, I've calmed down. I've you know, usually depleted my my source of energy for the day. My brain starts to go on a bit of a vacation, and I just completely forgot that I had not voiceovered the video, and I had not edited it, and I had not uploaded it until I was chatting to my mum. And because I put the Insta post on this morning, I was very efficient about doing that this morning, but I just did not get around to the video. So this is up a lot later than you would typically notice. I'm hoping that I don't have any issues, fingers crossed, with the export and the upload to YouTube, because even though I know I've done the video and I did the piece, it would just be really annoying to me if I didn't upload it on the day. Like, I don't know why that would matter to me. I don't know why I'm so bound to these things for myself. There's obviously something to be explored there, but I'm not sure how important it would be to understand all of it or know any of it. Either way, I'm just kind of curious. Also, I don't have many questions to pull from today. I think we've kind of covered most of everything that I was going to cover. One of the questions that I did get asked as well, and I thought I would just address, there was a pseudo kind of suggested guideline maybe for a deadline to submit any of your Daisy pieces to be considered for the book. So I did say October 20, which is technically today. I was going to choose once I had finished all of my pieces, so since that hasn't happened, I'm just saying that the deadline, I would suggest you get everything in by Tuesday, because Monday I will start to pull a lot of the images. I'm going to print out everything that I see in that album on Facebook. It has to be in the album on Facebook. I would love to be able to search through every Instagram and every Facebook post, but I just won't have the time to do that. So if you have any pieces and they haven't been uploaded to the album on Facebook, if you just go to the Berkmates Creative Outlet, there's a link down below. If you're already a part of it, go to the photos section, and on the Daisy Inktober album, if you click on that, you'll see it says add photo. You can add your photos there, and they don't have to be perfect quality, they don't have to be scans, they don't have to be edited, just whatever you would like to submit for selection, then please just upload it to that album, because that is where I'm going to be pulling those pieces from. And in the interest of being efficient and being able to give everyone a fair chance, I do have to just take it from that album. What I will say though is, if you haven't submitted already and you still want to get onto it, obviously keep going until the end of the month. There still may be pieces that haven't been selected. I'm going to start this week, but it won't happen in a day. And I think you'll notice, if you have peeked through that album, there are a lot of the end parts of Inktober Daisy prompts list that are that haven't been tackled yet. A lot of people have been going chronologically, or just picking and choosing some from the beginning and working with the inspiration from there. But if you do want a better chance, I'm just going to give you the tea here. Choose one that hasn't been done already, because there are some that have not been attempted. So that would most likely guarantee that your chances are 100% better to get selected. If that's what you want, if you're just still out to share and still out to have a good time, then please disregard everything I've said already. I do just want to make sure that you know, this week I will start selecting those. So once I select them, I'll reach out to people and ask to have the release form submitted to me, and we'll talk about if you're able to provide a scan, or if you need to send that piece to me so that I can scan it and get it in the book. Anyway, that is pretty much all of the news I had to tell you. Oh, also maybe possibly one thing I'm just going to put out into the universe because I've been chatting behind the scenes. This is none of this is confirmed yet. I'm literally like hearing myself say that, and I think maybe I shouldn't say anything. But in any case, I will be going home in November, back to Australia, back to see family and just have a little holiday. I know we've talked about this before and the fact that I really do need a rest and a break, but I was planning on going to Pages to Scrap at Tuggerah on the central coast of New South Wales in Australia. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. But that's only because that's literally where I used to live. I used to live in Tuggerah. I now live out in the valley, but well, I mean, when I go home, that's where my family lives. I don't live there. I live in California now, so that's fun. But I'm going home, and I was going to visit because I had never visited the store before, and it's just crazy to me that, this being my business now, I wasn't even aware that there was such a great resource of a local store, local scrapbooking, arts and crafts supply store right near where I used to live. So I'm going to visit the store, and we have been chatting about setting up a possible meet and greet and seeing what we can do there, possibly on a Saturday, maybe whatever the Saturday is on the weekend, on the week of the 7th of November. So it's probably like the 10th or something. Is it Wednesday? I can't even pretend to count right now. But the first week, the second week, is it? I don't know. When is it? It's probably the second week of November, because there's not 10 days in a week. Either way, whatever does happen, I will be sure to let everyone know. But that is something that we've been speaking about, and I'd love to meet everybody, anyone that's local, anyone that wants to make a bit of a trek to Pages to Scrap at Tuggerah. I will be 100% certain to let you all know what's happening once we have figured it out. But I thought just because we were talking about it, I didn't want to leave it to the last minute and not let anyone have an opportunity to know that that was going to possibly happen. And I am just going to go there either way. So even if it's not completely planned out and completely structured, I'll probably let you guys know what day I'm going there. We can all accidentally meet there as well. No, I wouldn't do that to them. I wouldn't spring that on them. But we could just have a really great shopping adventure. I'm not sure. I'll be on a holiday mode. So that's always dangerous for my hip pocket, especially at an arts and crafts supply store. I shouldn't say that. It's a scrapbook store. Is there a real difference anymore? I'm going to put that out there. I'm not quite sure. I think everyone has kind of jumped into everything because I remember back in the day, I mean, scrapbooking was a very certain type of kit that you would build. And, I don't know if many people were blending mixed media art and craft with scrapbooking. It used to be like the sets and the kits, and my mum had a big suitcase full of stuff that we were reminiscing about the other day. It was so funny. But I never remember her doing brush lettering or anything. I never remember that she didn't even do stamping or anything. So it was just pretty much, decorated papers, stickers and embellishments, and you put your photos in there, kind of maybe write something on there. But these days I feel like we've all kind of blurred the lines between different crafts and different hobbies, I guess you could say. Are they hobbies? For some it's a business, for some it's a hobby, for some it's just a creative outlet and expression, and I guess whatever you do it for, we have all kind of really started indulging our creative expression, which I think is a great thing. I know it's terrible for us financially sometimes. Like sometimes I look and I think there is absolutely no need for me to be using, a $25 watercolor on this piece, but it is all a part of the experience, right? And if this is something that you really do get a lot of value out of, it just makes sense that you would, spend your hard-earned dollars on it. So I'm really excited to see what the store has to offer. I've never been there before. I'm hoping that there's some things that I could walk away with. There could be nothing there I don't need anything, but there could be nothing there. I'm still sure I'd find something. I don't think there's ever been an arts and crafts store I've left empty-handed. I'm terrible, Muriel. Okay, that's it for today's video. I'll be back again tomorrow for another Inktober piece. Hope you liked today's prompt. I really like it. This is one of my, I don't know. I keep wanting to say favorite. There's a lot of favorite elements to it. It's not my overall favorite, but there's a lot going on here that I really enjoyed. And I hope you enjoyed it too. I'll be back tomorrow for to mark the 3 weeks of Inktober and check in with you all there, see how you're going. Hopefully offer some words of encouragement. Hopefully not take 6-hour naps on the couch. We'll see. Okay, bye.